to my channel where we play our way. This is how to play the song "A Teenager in Love" by Dion and the Belmonts. Now, for the new generation, you might not know this song, but for me, this is one of the songs that I'm not that old. I'm 30 years old, but these are one of the things that my parents grew up listening to. So if you're a fan of this song, I know I have yet to see a lot of tutorials out there, and I want to introduce this music or these songs to the new generation. So this entire song is a good beginner song. It's just 4 chords. It's just straightforward. So it's going to be a C major, an A minor, an F chord, and a G7. So some of you might be used to just the normal G chord. A G7 is we'll get there when we get there. So I'll explain. So 4 chords. First one, C major. So we're going to be on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fret. You're going to have a muted low E string. You can put your ring finger and put it on the 3rd of the A string. Take your middle and put it on the 2nd of the D. And take your index and put it on the 1st of the B. You're going to strum from the A string down, from the 5th string down. And if it helps for those of you who are beginners, sometimes I have an issue where I strike the low E string. So I use my thumb to mute it. So if I don't mute it, you can kind of hear it a little bit. But if I mute it, there's no bass whatsoever, right? So just a technique or some device that you guys might be able to use. So that's your C chord. Then you have an A minor. So an A minor is going to be, you have a muted low E string once again, an open A string. Then you have your middle and put it on the 2nd of the D. Take your ring and put it on the 2nd of the G. And take your first and take your index finger and put it on the 1st of the B. And you strum from the A string down, 5th string down. So it looks like this, for those of you who need a close-up. And if you have trouble seeing what I'm doing with my hands, the diagram will be on the screen, so you guys will be able to follow along what I'm doing. So you have your C major from the top. So get a close-up for you guys. You have a C major, A minor. Notice how my index finger didn't move at all. So I have my C major, right? Focus on my index finger. Now go to A minor. Doesn't move. So there's little techniques that you can use to cut time in between chord transitions. So you have your C major, your A minor, now you have an F major. So there's 2 ways you can play it. Or 3 technically. So the one way to play it is the original way to play it. So you can bar the entire 1st fret with your index finger. You take your ring and pinky and put it on the A and D of the 3rd. Then you take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd of the G. And then you bar the entire 1st fret. So it would look like this up close. And you strum all 6 strings. If you can't do a full bar yet, what you can do is leave the rest of this shape, leave the middle, ring, and pinky finger where they are. And then do a mini bar, I guess you could say like a practice bar, right? And press down the B and high E of the 1st fret. And you play from the 5th string down. If you check back and look back at the intro when I'm playing, when I'm giving you guys an introduction, notice I'm playing without the bar. So it's just for the purpose of this song, I choose not to use the bar, but it's completely up to you. Just because this song's a little more lighthearted, and I feel like the bar will give you kind of like a deeper tone. But again, it's up to you. So you have an F chord. Now I mentioned there was a 3rd way to play it. So what's the 3rd way? So you have your I guess you could do like your I guess cheating bar, right? Your cheating F chord. So I guess I'll call it the lazy F chord, put it that way. And then you put your thumb, if you have big enough hands, you can put your thumb over the low E of the 1st string of the 1st fret. You can play all 6 strings that way. Completely up to you. You can use the bar without it. I prefer without for this song. And then our final chord is G7. So a G7, what that is, I look at the G7 like a C chord, but the difference is that we're moving everything a string up except for the index finger. So in this case, it'd be your ring finger on the 3rd of the E, low E. Take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd of the A, and and then you take your index finger and put it on the first of the low E, of the high E, excuse me. So it's a kind of a funky chord, but it's almost like a C major shape. If you look at the C major and look at this is the G7, they look very, very similar. And the rest of the strings that you're not pressing down are open, so you strum all 6 strings. If you can't do that one, if you know about the G chord, you can play it, but it won't sound exactly the same. It's completely up to you, but I prefer you do the G7 just to be more accurate to the song. So from the top, we have those 4 chords. The difference between the song is that you have different chord arrangements throughout the song. So it's just those 4, but sometimes they're played in different orders. So from the top, we're gonna do it again. So watch my right hand for the strumming pattern and see how the chord transitions in between. Do it that way. So all I'm doing with my right hand, for those of you who are curious, I'm just I guess you could say I just slow it down. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. So you can slow that down. Use YouTube's playback function. You can slow down the song. You can slow down my hand is how it's strumming to see what the strumming pattern is. So it's anyways, you have those 4 chords for the verses. Now when you get to the chorus, when it says I cried a tear for nobody but you, that part, you're just playing 2 chords. You're just gonna alternate between the F major chord and the G7. So it would sound like this. I cried a tear for nobody but you, and I'll be your only one if you should say we're through. Then it goes back into the verse. Well, if you love me, make me cry, that won't be so hard to do. And that's literally the entire song. Now, the only thing is there's a technique you can do a muting technique if you want in between, or you can do when you start saying, why must I be a teenager in love? Why must I be a teenager in love? You can do that kind of slap technique, or just strum it once. Why must I be a teenager in love? Then you go, completely up to you. It's just your preference. Play it your way. I'm showing you different variations, and then maybe you can figure out your way to playing it. You might prefer this way or that way. You might prefer this, a little bit of this and that way. So completely up to you. But anyways, guys, this wraps up the tutorial. I want to thank you guys for watching and for following along with me. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you guys have any song suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I appreciate all the positive support and feedback, and I try to make an effort to actively respond and reply to every comment. So if you guys leave a comment, I will see it and I will get to it. And trust me, if you have a song suggestion, I'll be more than happy to tackle the song and figure it out with you. Anyways, guys, catch you on the next.